This is Justin Constantine from Fairfax, Virginia, a few months before he would deploy to Iraq with his Marine unit stationed out of Anacostia. He volunteered to head up a civil affairs unit and was stationed between Fallujah and Ramadi during some of the heaviest fighting in Iraq.
A round came in right where his head had been. It hit the wall. The next bullet came in and hit me right behind my left ear and came out my mouth, and of course I immediately went down, was bleeding everywhere. The next round, the sniper was clearly quite capable. The next round came in, hit the Marine behind me right here, but it hit a little piece of plastic on his goggles and saved his life. The bullet ricocheted up and he was knocked out, but he was fine. Amazing, so always wear your gear when you're out there.
The sniper had hit Justin in an inch opening between his helmet and his vest, nearly taking his life. In an earlier conflict, he would have been dead. And the budding relationship with Dahlia, who he had met a few months earlier, would have been another tragic tale.
We didn't really know how to process it because we were long distance. We saw each other once a month. There was just so much emotion wrapped into those 3-day visits.
Dahlia would fly to be with Justin in Germany while he would undergo surgery after surgery. The conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan have taken their toll on military families, straining relationships, as well as many soldiers coming back with severe injuries. Medical breakthroughs have saved many soldiers who would have likely died on the battlefield.
But then the amazing part was the courage under fire, the battalion commander, Colonel DeGrosse, and the corpsman, George Grant, who saved my life. He did amazing work. Even though the sniper was still shooting on us, George Grant cut out my throat and performed an emergency tracheotomy. You know, he shoved a plastic tube down my throat so I wouldn't drown my blood. And they thought I was dead. He did some rescue breathing and brought me to life.
Justin's first surgery in Bethesda would last 18 hours and took the fibula from his right leg to reconstruct his lower jaw.
There's one on this side and I have a smaller one on the other leg.
The doctor told Dahlia that if they would have waited another 12 hours, his face would have completely caved in.
What I always think is, yeah, his head was enormous. We called him Pumpkinhead at the time because his skin was so swollen, the blood vessels were right there, and his head was kind of orange. But one eye was bandaged up, but that one eye that wasn't, I looked into that one eye, and it was Justin.
Thanks to the improvements ranging from high-tech bandages to low-tech tourniquets and fast-acting field medics, Justin was stabilized. With his current condition, nothing short of miraculous, made possible by modern medicine, Justin credits the support and love of Dahlia and his family.
She dropped out of her program completely and was with me every day in the hospital, which absolutely had a huge impact on my mental health and how quickly I was able to recover.
He couldn't talk for about 4 weeks. He was injured. We didn't know actually if he would be able to talk again, but he could write. And we have about, I don't know, 3 novels worth of his writing at the time.
Dahlia was in Cambridge working on her PhD at the time Justin was injured in Iraq. With a father that was working in Iraq as a cultural affairs advisor, Dahlia understood the stakes of her relationship with Justin. When she learned of Justin's severe injuries, she immediately put her studies on hold to be with him. And Justin still has a ways to go.
Maybe 3 or 4 more surgeries. I probably had about 12 or 15. Obviously, I don't talk as clearly as I used to, but I'm missing the end of my tongue, and I don't have any upper teeth. I'm still waiting on dentures.
Justin's face is now getting closer to what it was like before, and he and Dahlia have forged an unbreakable bond.
You know, we went from being a long-distance relationship to being together 24 hours a day. Justin couldn't do a few things on his own, and I had to be there all the time. We didn't really separate.
When Justin finally got a little better, he proposed to Dahlia at the Marines' Iwo Jima Memorial in Arlington, and they were married shortly after. Do you hold an ill will towards the Iraqis or anything for what?
No, definitely not. I was actually shot by the sniper was from Yemen. I have no ill will towards him at all. I mean, in my mind, he was doing his job just like I was.
Justin now works on Capitol Hill advocating for policies that would help veterans and wounded warriors.
Wounded warriors, the family members, the veteran population at large, and so all the legislation that affects them comes to our office.
Legislation that Justin is working on that is personally close to him is that dealing with caregivers, generally wives who take care of their wounded warrior. Justin and Dahlia have also started a business making t-shirts for soldiers that donates 20% of proceeds to injured veterans.
When my head was still very swollen And I got a lot of funny looks when we walk around. I made a shirt just to answer some unasked questions. It just said in big letters, Iraq and back on the front, so people could tell what had happened to me. And the outpouring that happened was great. So many people came up to say thank you, and we're really glad you made it back alive.
It's been a long road, but one well worth it for Justin and Dahlia.
Love you.